Pietro. What's your
Yes.
artist name?
PIETRO LGF.
Okay.
Which,
Pietro LGF.
yeah, that stands for my name, middle name, second middle name, and surname.
Okay, nice.
So that's how it.
That's your artist name.
Yeah. I went for the simple version.
No?
Yeah.
Everything's personal.
Welcome to Patchouli Deep.
How do you feel about the performance tonight? Did it go as you expected?
Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah.
I have a long collection of tracks in my USB drive, and I never know what to play. In the evening, I go with the flow every single time. So I don't know. I put the next tune. If it works, I'll keep playing it. If it doesn't, I'll change it, or I'll play it anyway,
Okay.
because that's the best way to make things happen. But yeah, I have a long collection of productions that I made over the years, especially in the last 5 years or so. I was very productive. Yeah, and I love playing them on different sound systems for different crowds, different venues, and see how people respond. And I got a good response tonight. You can tell that people are into music. They're not just here to dance and have a drink. It's more
How can
like
you
proper
tell?
active listening.
How can you tell that people are into music? Like, when you
Because
look at the crowd.
yeah, because when at the end of my set, people came to me and pinpointed exactly what they liked about the sound and spoke to my understanding of my production, so the story I want to tell.
Okay.
And yeah, I feel like the story was told.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to say a little bit more about the story that you want to tell? Like, was there a particular vision or story you wanted to tell tonight?
It's my own story. I know, for example, where every little sample comes from. I love using samples from very obscure or folk music, or backwards records, and yeah, whatever. But yeah, I know that history, that story, but then I transform it into something else, and people can make their own story while listening. And I love that. So I don't have to tell anything to anyone, but I like to create the vibe.
Okay.
And I always try to go for the cinematic attitude, like trying to describe a landscape, a vision, a setting, a story, some characters, and yeah, you can make your own.
Yeah.
I try to do that. Yeah.
Beautiful. What do you hope audiences take away from experiencing or listening to your set
Tonight,
tonight or other nights? Is there
listening to my own
to
sets
your own
after.
set? Yeah.
Okay, so two things. When I play my own productions, I tend to be, like every other producer, we are all super critical, and we listen to every little sound, and we start thinking about what could work better, or a very nostalgic thought about, oh, I made this track 5 years ago and I haven't released it yet, so I should really do something about it. This is for my own productions. When I play, I have other projects where I just DJ other people's music, vinyl. That's more like a free enjoyment, but with the added element of having to make people dance and make people happy. And for example, you make a set in a club, in a big club, you need to respond to the crowd in a different way, and they might not be there to listen. They might not care if you produce the music or if it's someone else's music, or they might want the famous records, and you need to provide the right things. I try to do a good job there as well. I go back to the story concept. So in a DJ set, if I play other people's music, it's like 2 hours trying to tell a story, but in a much wider space. Not within a tune, but more within the set.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Wow.
So it's a longer
Wow.
type of development. Yeah.
Wow, that's really beautiful.
Yeah.
That's really good. Do you want to talk a little bit more about your creative process and maybe some of the technical side as well, like sampling? So you hear a certain sound. Can you say a little bit more about how you create?
Yeah. So I grew up musically listening to classical music and folk music because of my parents mainly. So I tend to keep that attitude of introducing melodies that are not too typical of this day and age, going back to, very old or traditional or forgotten melodies and combinations of sounds that can become interesting because people have never heard them before. So I tend to look for obscure samples, mainly folk music, or even field recordings. When I travel, I tend to, I don't know, record people talking or singing or concerts, and then try to incorporate them in my music, but in a different way, like hiding the source of the sound, also for copyright purposes, clearly. Yeah, and then so my production changed completely since I bought a very cool, like amazing analog synthesizer, Dave Smith Pro 3, Sequential Audio Pro 3 by Dave Smith. Paraphonic synthesizer. You can make all sorts of sounds with that, and it's the center of my studio.
Wow.
So I started exploring since I bought it, and I made a record in 2 days with that. I haven't released it yet, of course, but yeah, that's how good it is.
What changed by buying that in your creative process? Like, how did that change so much?
Yeah, before that I always used MIDI keyboards to play samples and play software instruments, but having the chance to modify the sounds in front of you straight away, you think about a sound and you can make it immediately without having to click with a mouse. Everything is so direct, and the quality, like investing in proper gear for music production pays off. Yeah, that changed my production style completely, but I keep incorporating the samples. Yeah, and creative process, I don't know, like everyone else, I guess I can make a track in 20 minutes or 20 years, and yeah. So.
Do you think about the audiences when you're creating a track?
In a way, yes. So not from the creative side of things, but more the technical side of things. Over the years, of course, you play your music in different venues, and you know it has to sound good on different sound systems. And yeah, so you understand that the technical side is important, and knowing how to master your tracks, or knowing someone who can do it for you, learning from everyone, trying different sound systems, cars, earphones. So I think about the end user and listener or dancer or whatever, but I only think about it when I'm in the mixing stage, not in the creative, because I think it makes more sense.
That's really your part, your soul.
Yeah, I please myself. I make something I like. I'm sure someone else will like it. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you working on any interesting projects right now, and do you ever do any collaborations?
Yeah, so I have a vault of tracks made with other people in my hard drive, and hopefully we'll release them soon. So I'm involved with a few projects doing different things. So I have a DJ project called Spicy Juliet. We have some nice gigs here in London, and we are mainly selectors. We love vinyl, we love music, and we also promote some nights. Then I'm involved with Patchouli Deep, of course. I have a monthly show on the radio. I produce music with Alex Hausdaban, who organized the night tonight, and I always take part in the Patchouli Deep events. I love them all, so yeah, amazing family all over the world. And then my home project called 45 Drakes, which is my, it's the closest to home because it's with my best friend Kayo, who also takes part in Patchouli Deep events sometimes. But yeah, we grew up together, so whenever we do something together, it feels very, family.
Can you say a little bit more about collaboration or working together with him, or tensions, challenges, or something very special that comes out from that is different from when you do things on your own?
Yeah, no particular challenges. It's mostly about finding the time to sit in the studio together, with busy lives, work, and many projects we're involved with. He's an actor as well, so yeah, it's. But when we sit together in the studio, it's quite easy, I would say, and we are both a bit crazy in terms of creativity. We tend to do stuff that it cannot be put in a particular genre, style. So yeah, we are very free in the production. With the other projects, I try to follow a style or something that some audiences will like. With this other project, 45 Drakes, we are very free. So yeah, a bit of everything.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's fun like this. Yeah.
Super nice. Well, we love your sound. We can't wait to hear more. Do you have any gigs coming up or any places where the audiences can hear you online?
Yeah, so I have my radio show with Patchouli Deep every first Monday of the month. And then a show as 45 Drakes on Aja Radio in Deptford, Southeast London, every second Wednesday of the month in the evening from 9 p.m. And then a few gigs as Spicy Juliet. So with these two friends of mine, we have a lot coming up. You can check online. And then, yeah, that's all for now. Yeah, it's a lot already.
We really liked your set. Is there anything else you want to add in or mention?
No. Thank you for the space. I love the venue. I love the vibe tonight. Everyone has been so friendly and nice and appreciative of the sound. So thank you very much for having me.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.